The challenge there is if you have that confidentiality, right? That data is confidential,
again.
right? So the next one, which is very
All right, folks, are you all back again? Harshita,
okay, great.
but wonderful. I think everybody is back, Divij. We can get started.
Yes, perfect. I think we are now energized.
Yes.
Let's quickly go back to the sessions. And by the way, that amazing music which you all were hearing was AI generated.
Yes.
And yes, you will be learning that, by the way. Okay, great. Yeah, just a second. Okay, can you see my screen? Funny, can you confirm?
Yes. Yes, we can see the screen.
Perfect. Okay, let me go back into my slideshow mode. Okay, so now we are done with the research bucket, right? So the next one, which is very, very important in our day-to-day life, which is the data crunching. And irrespective of whatever roles you are in, right? Like the numbers or the data is with everyone, right? If you are a marketer, you have to analyze the marketing data, how your campaigns are performing, and I mean, what is the ROI and sort of other stuff, right? And if you are on the HR side, churn prediction and a lot of that thing, right? So you have all the domains which are heavy with the data point of it, right? So how we can do the data analysis using AI, right? So the one category of it is you, I think most of you know, is you go to chat gpt, upload the file, right, and do or ask some questions out of that. But the limitation, or I would say the only challenge there is if you have that confidentiality, right? That data is confidential, you cannot upload that on chat gpt, right, or any other AI tool, right? So if it is related to your company or you are running your own company, right, you're a founder and you do not want your data to go out, so the one alternative, right, the best solution that you have, right, and being from Microsoft, I would pitch in, right? There is a Copilot Studio, right? Copilot can help you in your Excel files, but that is for the enterprise, right? And if you have a license plan and all sort of stuff, right? So you can use that. But if you the alternative or one another use tool is the numerous.ai. So I'll quickly show you, right, what is or how the UI looks like. So they are kind of a chat GPT within your sheets, right? So what is their positioning? Plus, if you read their policies, they cannot see your data. Everything is masked, right? So nothing is going in terms of data sharing as per their privacy policy, right? So the power of AI in the sheets and Excel, right? So how you can do that, easy to use and sort of other stuff. And again, you'll get some free credits once you sign up, and you can directly add to your Google Sheets as well as the Excel sheet, right? So how to do that, I'll quickly show you. And you can use this numerous AI within your sheets. That's the best benefit, right? You do not have to rely on any other tools for such matter, right? So there is a tab called extensions, right? I can click on add-on. You can click on get add-on, search for numerous.ai. Once you have signed it up using your Google account, right? Just search for numerous and numerous AI chat GPT for sheets. And once you click on it, enable it, you will find it in your extensions, right? So I'll click on this and click on show sidebar. And it is kind of a chat GPT within your sheets, which is coming in, right? And I can do a lot of stuff now within this particular window. And yeah, for example, right, let's say this is one of the Amazon reviews data set that I have gotten for the product Epigamia, right? So Epigamia, I think most of us know this is the yogurt brand, right, that we have. So this is the actual data from the Amazon for that particular aspect, right? This is my review category, this description, this is rating score for that product out of 5, right? How we get these ratings on the Amazon. And this is what my data set looks like. Right. So now imagine if I have to find the sentiment of my customers, right? How they are liking my product, what they are liking, what they are not liking, and so on. So I can, I mean, I have to do it in Python. I can use the Python, I can use ChatGPT, but again, I have to upload this file. But what if I want to use within this Excel file, right? So easily how we are accustomed to using AI, or I mean Excel, I can do the same thing here, right? Let's say I created a new column, I give it a name, let's say sentiment, right? Manually. Now what I can do is, if you see here, I have a lot of features, right? I can generate the formulas. By the way, I'll show you one formula use case also. But let's say we are talking about the first one is sentiment analysis, right? So if I click on this, you'll see a very good UI here coming in that analyze the sentiment of the dash, which is your column name. So my column name is here review description, right? So I'll write the same here, which is present in which column in my Excel sheet. It is in M, and I want to classify my reviews, which is the text, into either positive, negative, comma, or neutral. Right. So I am making a three categories. I can make two, three, how much ever I want. So this is one use case which I am telling you, and see the time which we are saving here is, and I want to place the result in N1, sorry, N2, right? N1 is my column name, and it will generate a formula and draft a full-fledged formula and call the OpenAI or ChatGPT for getting this prediction, right? So the formula is equal to, right? If you all are aware of Excel things, right? So everything starts from equal to operations, right? Excel or Google Sheets. So it has applied the formula NAI, which stands for numerous AI. Classify the sentiment of this review description, which is present in the cell M2, right, as one of the following: positive, negative, and neutral. And now, if you know how to use the Excel, I just have to drag and drop for my entire sheet predictions. Right. So now you can imagine how much time I can save without me going into any of the programming things and getting the sentiment classification done, right? I can just drag and drop. It will be just using your this coins, I mean whatever the free tokens that you'll be getting, and you are good to go with that, right? I think I have created few columns. Yes, right. So this three columns I have generated from using, or you can say using this numerous.ai, right? So it's NAI, which is the formula, and I have the sentiment, I have the classify, right? Like this option of classification, same thing I can do is here. I can pass my column name, which is present, and which all categories. So here I have categorized into whether there is some issue in the review, is there a quality issue, is there a product issue, or it's a delivery issue, right? So now you can imagine I can get back to my product team to say that, okay, these are issues related to product, just go and verify it. If it is related to delivery, I can go back to Amazon and say that, like, why this delivery issues are happening. So this is the one of the use case that you can think it of, that within the Excel you can do data analysis with the help of AI, which is very, very fast compared to the traditional way, right? And finally, I have extracted some keywords what users are talking about in the longer reviews, right? So I've just extracted top five keywords so that I know what kind of words my brand is resonated with. Right. So these are just, I mean, you can say the best tools or productivity hacks that you can follow within your sheets, within your Excel files, and get the things done very quickly, right? ChatGPT within your window, and this is completely safe. What they are claiming that they cannot read any of your data. So if it's your financial data also, they cannot read it. That's what I mean. You can refer to their website and read about their privacy policy before taking anything or any decision. So you can verify that. And yes, I mean, generate formula, you just have to describe, let's say, what formula you want to create, and it will create a formula for you. Right. So that is numerous.ai. Now, let's say data analysis and dashboard using Claude, right? How can you create a fully functional dashboard, right? The first task that I showed you in the image related thing, right? Like how you can create a image in your chat GPT, right? I mean, how can you understand the image which is of your dashboard? When we were asking what is the metric of my dashboard, but one great feature of Claude is you can create the entire dashboard working for you in a real time, right? And it is working uh, quite phenomenal, right? So let me show you. Uh, on the Claude. So Claude is again one more LLM that we are introducing to you, which is from the Anthropic, right? So I mean, so far we have seen DeepSeek, we have seen Gemini, we have seen Perplexity, and ChatGPT already we are using, and now I mean Grok also I showed you to generate the images, and one more tool which is Claude, right? So you have bunch of options with yourself. So if you are on a free plan also, you can try all of these for prompts. And I mean, you don't have to pay for any of these large language model. Try each and every one of them for free, right? So now let's say I have this image, the same dashboard image I am attaching, right? And I can say that, can you make this as a real-time dashboard? Can you make this as a real-time dashboard, fully functioning, and you will see that it will start drafting uh, a fully functional code for you, which you can come back, I mean, later, and you can explore that. This static image is converted to a fully functional dashboard. And let's say you got a code, I can keep on updating my figures, and my dashboard will also keep on updating if I configure it in such a manner that every day this data is refreshing, right? But yeah, overall, the headache you can imagine that if I need to create a dashboard from the image, right? There was no tool before AI. Now I can just pass in the image and create the entire dashboard, which I can make it a loop that every day it is refreshing. So let it happen. It will take a few time to complete this. Meanwhile, I'll go to the next task and we will come back and visit our dashboard. So let's keep it drafting and I'll come back to this use case. Okay. Okay. Next, right? So I think I give you this hint, right? Like the music that you were hearing at the time of break was AI generated, right? And what are the practical use cases? The tool is Suno AI, and if you are into content creation, right, you have to create the background music or for your YouTube videos, for any of your application, I mean, any song you are creating, any anthem, marketing videos. So you need some music towards it, right? So that you can use it via Suno AI. I mean, you can generate it from Suno AI and it is personalized, tailored to your request, right? So let me uh, create one for you and I'll make you listen all the perfect songs that you can create and I mean play around with this tool, right? So this is quite amazing. Let it load it. Okay, introducing remixing, not now. Right, so for example, let's say I'll say something. Uh, we are in our first session of AI Mastermind by Outskill, and we have learned Gen AI and now ready to become super AI human AI journalist, right? So I'm just giving this. You have a lot of themes here, right? What kind of a music you want, right? Let's say I chose uplifting energy. And if I want to choose more, let's me, right? Okay, let's do that only. With that, I'll click on create and you'll see the music getting generated on this theme, what we have learned right now in terms of what we are covering, right? So it's motivational and let's hear this.
We started with a spark in our minds, learning the code where the future unwinds. Chennai whispers, it's our time to shine, building the bridge between human and design. We're the dreamers with circuits alive, super AI humans ready to thrive. Outskill energy fueling our drive, together we rise, together we strive. No boundaries now, We're breaking through. We started with a spark in our minds, learning the code where the future unwinds. Chennai whispers, it's our time to shine, building the bridge between human and design. We're the dreamers with circuits alive, super AI, humans ready to thrive. Outskill energy fueling our drive, together we rise, together we strive. No boundaries now, we're breaking through with every session, our vision renewed.
By the way, people who are writing, can it generate a Hindi? Yes, the answer is it can generate Hindi and every other thing. So let me show you one rap also.
आज की बातें लेवल वन से शुरू हर क्वेश्चन का आंसर वी स्टे ट्रू लेवल 2 में पहुंचा दिमाग ने डांस किया लेवल 3 के बाद माइंड्स ने फ्लाई किया जनरेटिव एआई की एनर्जी हमारी वेन्स में हार्ड वर्क को लर्निंग सब चेंज में ये आदम है हमारा मोटिवेशन का नाम है रेवोल्यूशन कदम अब रेडी फॉर द गेम We've crossed the lines, climbed the hill. Level 1 now feels so still. Breaking barriers, we can't seem to fall.
Great. I think I will leave up to you. You can generate more songs. Yes, it can generate all regional languages. You can try it out definitely. And I leave it to you for any personal occasion you want to write a song for YouTube, right? And I saw some comment whether it's a copyright free. So answer is yes, it's a copyright free. You can download it simply how you download it from any other website, right? And you can, I mean, simply just take this, click on this download button, and you get your MP3 audio. You choose it for your videos and so on, right? So it's up to you now how you can create a videos from AI tools by generating images using videos, Sora and all, infuse with the music and can make an entire production videos from the AI, right? So that is what we wanted to show you, right? And I mean, definitely you should go and experiment on writing it. I personally do a lot of songs, right? And it's free to generate, I think, 10, 20 songs per day. I think that's the huge limit. But yeah, definitely you can go back and try it out. Uh, Let us see if our Claude dashboard is ready. Yes, it is ready in our real time. Right. So yes, all the figures, right, what we wanted to receive, it has been updated, right? It's a code, by the way, but it has created a fully functional dashboard. And I can hover to see the trend. I can see the numbers. I can see my all my networking capital, gross capital. I mean, everything that was there, I have got my real-time dashboard, which my job is now to just to deploy and connect it to the refreshing sheet, right? If the data is refreshing, my code will get updated with the new figures and I'll get all my charts, right? So the thing that was taking a hell lot of time, now I can generate the entire dashboards with just minimal one image and a prompt, right? That's what we are witnessing and becoming, right? Like the AI becoming, making us more productive if we are following that bucket, right? And yes, right. So the music composing done, all fun, right? Some fun we have introduced so that you can play around it. And now again, we are going into the learning and absorbing things faster, right? So imagine you are doing a research paper, you are writing, reading the books, and you want to get the entire uh, context to be done or fed into the AI model and do some Q&A on top of it, right? So very good example is Notebook LM. It's a Google product, by the way, right? And free to use. You can have your knowledge dump in this. You can imagine, right? Any knowledge dump you have, just put it in, be it your website, be it present in any YouTube video or a PDF, and you can ask a lot of questions from that, right? So it will help you in building a lot of, you can say, I mean, good insights in a very short span of time. And so I've created one of my few of my, you can say, notebooks here. You can create going to this notebook lm.com, google.com, and it's free. you can upload up to, I think, 50 or 90 resources, and which is very good, right? So you just have to add your PDFs, you can add your YouTube videos, right? Once you click on add, you'll see all the options, right? I can upload the file from my local system, which is present in my laptop, all the PDF markdowns. I can attach to Google Drive, Google Slides, website link, YouTube, all of that, right? I can add and I can ask now Q&A, right? So this is one example where we have added the, I mean, it's not my report, but it's a dummy report which is a health report, right? And I want to understand, right, what is happening and sort of other stuff. So you just upload it, model, understand the resource. It has all the context now, and I can check my any, I mean, you can ask any question, right? It's a physical health assistant. So how does liver is functioning, and explain me those parameters, right? So anything you want to understand, you just have to write a Q&A. So it's kind of a personalized knowledge base for you now, and you can have the information very quickly getting summarized, getting answered from that resource. Right, so this is very practical. Like I have used it while I was researching for my paper. Right, I just published my research paper. I mean, 2 3 weeks back. So I have to do the lot of research for getting to the reading lot of other papers. So I just added lot of papers here, discovering what they have done, what are the similarities. So it will help you a lot when you have a tons of information and you want to grasp through it, right? And this is you where you can upload, right? So I got all my answers and everything. Okay. And this is another example, right? Like the car, I mean, anything which is very tedious, right? We never read these kind of items. Like the example we are taking here is, let's say you have a Harrier, Tata Harrier owner manuals, right? Which is very long, 500, 200 pages. And I want to get a quick insight, right? Which, let's say, engine oil is recommended for this car, right? I do not have a time to go through all the documents and read about it. I just want an AI to go and fetch me the answer, right? So I have got my answer, which is coming from this PDF, that if your vehicle is diesel, specified OWACAC2, which is Persona Tata Motor Genuine Oil, fully synthetic. And if you want to see, this is where it is present. You can go to this particular section also, right? The quantity required is 5 liters. So this is, I mean, few use cases where you can talk to. If you have any books, storybooks, anything, just upload it, chat over it. And the one last thing also is, right, this is relatively smaller profile, right? I have my resume uploaded. If you have, let's say, very long book, right, 100 pages book long, you can create a audio out of it, right? I think I already have. So you will get an audio here. I'll just quickly show you, I mean, how does the audio look like. And now it is the boring reading PDF is now converted into a podcast. And that's a very remarkable feature. Everything is free, right? Every feature which I showed you, all things are free, and you have a good podcast of your boring PDF. Now you can listen while traveling, right? I have done that. So if I show you quickly, in 1 minute.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're looking into the professional journey of Deveej Bajaj.
Right. He's a data and applied scientist second at Microsoft with, what, about 5 years in machine learning now?
Exactly. And we're aiming to kind of unpack his key skills, his experiences, and just his general approach in this, fast-moving field.
Sounds good. And we're drawing this from his professional profile.
Cloud division.
Yeah, specifically their intelligent.
Right, so I'll not go. I mean, obviously, we are not listening to my journey. We have already know about it. But yeah, any boring PDF, just upload it. Let's say you want to study some boring concept, have a podcast, listen it while you're traveling or moving it out, right? And that also for free you can generate. And it's quite engaging to remember the audiobooks compared to a PDF. Right, so that is how the bucket called learn and absorb things faster. Do it quickly, large context, fitting into a model, asking the relevant things, and get your task done. Right, and one more feature, very remarkable feature again coming out from the Google, how you can read the things on screen and interact with you using again, the free tool, right? There are tons of free tools which people don't know about it or not using. So it is how we can have a live stream if I am stuck somewhere, right? Let me quickly show you. So this is Google AI Studio. Just sign up with your Google account very normally, right? Just go to Google AI Studio, sign it up. You will be seeing this kind of a dashboard where you have chat, stream, all of these things. I'm talking about the feature which is stream, and I'll show you a quick demo of it, how phenomenal this is. And I'll click on share my screen, and let's say I'll talk about this window, share, and I'll allow my microphone. I think something happened. I'll quickly share again. Okay, something is wrong. Maybe something is down. It is not connecting me. Hey Gemini, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, what do you see on my screen right now?
I see a Google Sheets spreadsheet with Amazon review data. The columns include fields like rating score, review category URL, review text, and sentiment.
Okay.
There's also a generate formula sidebar from a numerous.ai add-on. Is there
Okay.
anything specific you'd like me to focus on?
Can you help me? I have a two task to solve. Can you help me in making a chart from the column rating score? And second, I want to extract this domain names from the column L. So can you help me out? How should I do it? I think it is slowing down today. Hey Gemini, are
Yeah,
you there?
slightly slow today, but I think people have gotten a sense of
Yeah,
what we can do with AI Studio.
correct. I'll quickly stop this, right? So you can try the stream live, right? It is quite faster. I have done a lot of times if you see, right, previously. So it is fast, it is near to real time, give you the responses, but I think it's quite slow today. Maybe something is going on in the update side. But yeah, you can talk to your screen and get the real time information from the Gemini, right? I mean, again, from the Google itself for free, right? This is also for free. And I think we are on the verge of ending this. And just a quick summary of everything what we have started. And now I want you to imagine this, right? When you started this session, what you were knowing about the AI and in what position you are right now. And this is just one session that you have gone through, right? You have the entire 2 day mastermind left for you. So imagine like you started your day with understanding the Gen AI, you're understanding the 5 step process of any LLM. How does it work at the backend, right? And just a very quick recap, what are those 5 steps? We have tokenization, we have embedding, we have attention mechanism, we have predictions, we have response generation. Finally, we use the magic prompt formula for creating our email responses. Then we have something called reasoning versus non-reasoning model. We did some exercise. We generated few images, right? We generated few videos from the Sora and the party invitation poster, and so how images are also getting created. And then finally went on exploring the different buckets of the AI, in which productivity hacks, we have done data related tools, right? And then finally I've showed you the some how you can absorb a lot of information in a very short span of time using the notebook LM and so on. Right, so this is just the first session totally packed together and how AI can be part of your daily task and how you can become more productive, right? That's what aim you should have while learning. And this is the one whole, you can say, AI toolkit which we use. And I mean, we have did a few exercises on all of them, perplexity also, right? How we can do a research on perplexity. So all of this, I think with that, The possibilities are endless, right? And I hope everyone is feeling somewhat accomplished that yes, you have learned more about AI, getting more familiarity. And I think with that, I'll hand over to Funny.
Wonderful. Folks, with that, we come to the end of this session, but not the day. What we will do right now is I see that a bunch of questions have already come in and some really great questions have come in. So we're going to get to answering those questions right away. The Q&A form link is on the chat and all of you can go ahead and start populating your questions in. Once we are done with the Q&A, I will jump forward to show you an intermediate to advanced use case of how you can combine all of these generative AI tools and what is it that you need to, how is it that you need to perceive using them. And then we will talk about what is going to happen tomorrow. And that will be the whole wrap for the day. So we have 1 more hour to go. And I would like to take the next 10 minutes for Divij to answer all of the questions that all of you might be putting down on the form. But folks, one thing that I want to ask all of you before we get into the Q&A, when you started this workshop today, when you got into this workshop, I'm sure a lot of you were at this place that, hey, I have been hearing a lot about generative AI. I've been hearing a lot about multiple tools like ChatGPT, but whenever I use ChatGPT, I was not getting a good response. Why is generative AI becoming such a buzzword? But after attending this session, did you all now realize the true potential of generative AI and understand why everybody is focusing on it? Yes, on the chat, if this entire session has kind of exposed you, while it was a beginner level session, I hope it exposed you to the multiple capabilities of what you can really do with generative AI. This becomes your starting point in this mastermind and otherwise as well. And everything else that we will try and learn from now onwards will be intermediate to advanced levels, right? Wonderful. So let me quickly share my screen and get started with the Q&A. Now, of course, what all of you have put in over here is probably, let me just share my screen and show this to you after hiding the email addresses, of course. Let me do that. Okay. Now, as you can all see, these are all of the questions that have come up, and there are more questions that are coming in right now, which is almost 400 questions, and more are coming in. Now, one quick disclaimer. I see a lot of questions around getting access to the slides, getting access to all of the tools that we have kind of spoken about, getting the certificate. The very first question on this form is about a certificate, but unfortunately, all these support related questions, I'm going to park them aside for now completely. If you complete the mastermind, you know you will get the resources. And when we reach there, I will help you with all of these questions around what are the kinds of resources that you will be getting. But what I am going to do is, because we cannot answer 400 different questions right now, I'm going to use AI to kind of help me out. So I have copied all these questions that have kind of come in, and I have opened ChatGPT and I'm going to paste all these questions to ChatGPT. And I have already asked ChatGPT to summarize all of these questions into top 10 questions that we could answer. And that is how I'm showing all of you a live demonstration of how AI would be used as well. So here are the top 10 consolidated questions that you folks have asked. Certification and course materials. You will be getting a certificate after completing this entire mastermind, but I'm not going to be talking about how is it that you will get it, when will you get it, and all of that right now. Wait for end of tomorrow and I'll give you more instructions about this. AI tools and use cases. What are the best AI tools for different purposes, such as data analysis, video generation, legal, drafting, education, coding, finance, healthcare, business automation? Wow. Divij,
Yeah, I think the entire whole ecosystem is there in this
correct,
single
correct.
question. Okay, so I think, yeah, the best is once you start exploring, right? As I said, every person has a different set of problems. So my general perception here is try to get your things done, right? Like what activities or what kind of a profession you are in, and what task you do on a daily basis, right? So once you list it down, so let's say you are a video generator. I mean, you are into this industry, media industry. So try to get the tools for video gen, right? You will start exploring, learning, and there is a very good website known as there is an AI for that, right? I think Funny can share you the link
I'll
also
just
after
show
this.
it as well
Yeah,
as we're speaking about it.
right. So, I mean, link will be shared in the chat. And this website has all the AI tools. If you see, right, 36,000 AI tools. So we cannot learn all of these 36,000. So best is find your task. You need a video, you need for marketing, you need for HR, you need for finance. You said for legal, right? You just search legal and you'll get all the tools here for legal also, right? What companies have given or built the tools in this space. So this is a very good website for exploring, like legal advice. It is coming in. So you just try it out. It is always be a freemium version, right? They will give you some free plan because these are all new companies, new AI tools. So try it out. Once you are satisfied, definitely you can go ahead. Else you can explore the different one, right? This is your go-to point for getting any tool for any of the subject.
Yeah, folks, I've shared the link of the website on the chat. Do save it, bookmark it. It's a very, very powerful resource that which has just shared with all of you. Okay, large language models and embeddings. How do LLMs work with tokenization, embeddings, and probability assignments? How do they understand meaning, weightage of words, and differentiate similar tokens?
Right. So imagine, right? Like the first step, I mean, yes, here we are talking about each and every step, but the words are finite, right? That you have to agree that English language words, if you just Google it, there are around 1 lakh words. And imagine you have a dictionary, right? Dictionaries at home. So all the words from A to Z is there, and this is a finite set. So that is where model has seen all the words, and now it has learned the patterns from all the learnings that it has taken from the web, right? And all the sentences are nothing but the permutation and combination of these words only. So model has understood everything present on the internet, that all the article, let's say, how you have learned the article A and the rule, right? Like anything starting from vowel sound, you have to add A and the which are articles. So you have read it, right? You have learned it. Similarly, AI have learned all the patterns of writing, learned all and everything, each and every rule, which is based on the data. And embedding is the one, the step which introduces that meaning and the different representation of each and every word, right? So model will now decide based on if their spelling is same, like APPLE, what the user is talking about, right? And now you can also imagine that if you read any article on the internet which is talking about Apple, right? And if I associate a term called revenue, right? Will there be any article, or let's say stock price, right? Will there be any article which is talking about Apple fruit and stock price together? Right? The answer is no. If I talk about apple as a fruit and juice, right? Juice, apple juice will be very much common, but Apple as a brand will never have the word juice associated. So model has learned all those patterns, all the from the internet. It has the context, and whenever you ask, right, you just type a question, what is the stock price of Apple? So model understand that stock price of Apple means the Apple company, not a fruit. So model has learned all those patterns, right? So that is the example of it.
All right. Prompting and AI interaction. How do I create effective prompts? Can AI help generate better prompts? And what are prompt engineering techniques to get accurate, useful responses?
A short answer is yes, you definitely use AI to generate a prompt only, right? Normally. But you should know the skeleton, or I would say the structure of different prompting techniques, right? Like what is markdown prompting? What is zero shot prompting? If you have that idea, you can go to ChatGPT and let's say we showed you the persona context, right? So I'll go and write it down. Hey, I want to write I'm building one email expert copywriting. Can you draft me a markdown prompt which should have role, task, all of those defined? So once you have the knowledge of prompting techniques, what all components are fitting into a prompt, then definitely you can use AI to generate those prompts, the detailed ones, and you can use it for your applications.
Yeah. And in fact, tomorrow we will be going into some types of prompts as well. We will also use AI to generate prompts in tomorrow's use cases that we will be talking about, where we will actually build AI bots and all of that.
Right.
AI integration and automation. How can AI be integrated with tools like Excel, reporting dashboards, or legacy systems to automate daily tasks, generate reports, and create live updating analytics.
Right. So, I mean, if I tell you the answer, right, this question is agents. This is nothing but your AI agents, which Funny was talking in the starting that it's nothing but, right, like agents are no, you can, if any one of you have a doubt that agents is a special kind of large language model, the answer is no. It is same large language model like GPT-4o, which you are using from the day one. It's just that they have access to the tools that they can connect to with, right? So this has become an agentic workflow that you are asking something, can you update my Excel sheet? So it's a task of LLM which is connected to your Google Sheet, which will go and fill the details on your behalf. And that is the entire automations that are happening with the AI. So two systems can talk to each other via, I mean, APIs via some connection, right? And you can make a full-fledged automations out of that. And I think that also will be covered, right,
Yes,
Funny?
tomorrow we will be having a full-blown session on automations itself,
Yes,
where you will actually learn how to make these connections possible and stuff. And Divij mentioned something called as APIs, which
right.
might have sounded very alien to a lot of people, but don't worry about it. This is just the beginner day, right? Tomorrow we'll go deeper into APIs and all of that. Career guidance and skill development. What skills should beginners, intermediates, and experienced professionals focus on in AI and data science? How can AI learning improve job prospects and freelancing opportunities?
I think there are a lot of open gates now, right now in the freelancing opportunities, right? Like the consultant roles, which Fani was talking about. And I'll talk about both the perspective from the technical side and the non-technical side, right? So let's say technical side, which I am also positioning myself into, right? If you have a clear understanding of the data sciences, the machine learning, deep learning part of it, you know how to build the systems, right? How AI APIs, like what Fani was talking, I know how to use API. I can build the entire AI apps and ecosystem, right? Like edu.ai, what we are building. So that is one kind of a freelancing where I can, let's say, consult someone, I can build my own, I can do a lot of other things. And there is a non-tech side of it where you can help people generating or solving their problem using AI, right? So let's say you are creative enough to generate images and videos, you can open an AI marketing agency where you can tell that, hey, I can create a stunning ads for your company, right? You just tell me, I will brainstorm the idea, use AI to generate those videos, right? For, let's say, marketing people, you write uh, SEO related articles using AI tools, which are way more detailed, way more comprehensive, plus targeted with the relevant keywords, right? Those are the terminologies for the SEO writing. So the expert you are, right? What kind of expert you are in, just find the tool, master it. Once you master it, you can offer it as a service, as a freelance opportunity.
Absolutely. Um, okay, data privacy and security. How safe is our data when using AI tools? What are the privacy, compliance, and security concerns with AI in business and personal use?
Okay, so definitely, I mean, if you ask me, I would also restrict myself uploading any personal document on these open platforms, right? Though there is one setting on ChatGPT, if you are using that do not share your data for model training, right? You can switch that off. Go to your settings on ChatGPT, you can switch that setting off. But still, if I have something confidential, I'll not do that. So alternative, which Funny was telling about the APIs, right? Rather, if I want to build something or have my personal, I'll use APIs, right? The reason is APIs are more secured. The conversations that are happening, same model, right? GPT-4o, I'll be using via API, which you will learn by the way tomorrow. But I will use API for building safer system. I'll not use ChatGPT. And this is compliant, private, and everything else. Plus something you can use the local large language model, which is downloading it in your own system, right? So it's like simple example is how if I go 10 years back, you used to, when there is no Netflix, right? No Netflix, no Amazon Prime, every one of us have downloaded movies from the internet, right? From some torrent and all. So that is something in your local. You watch a number of times, the movies downloaded. The size of movies 2 GB. Similarly, you have an LLM 2 GB, 3 GB model downloaded in your system, which is which you can talk a number of times and do all the stuff in your local, right? So I think that glimpse also you'll be getting flavor tomorrow. I think Funny can add on that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Tomorrow we are actually going to be showing you that because because of data privacy and
Yeah,
security itself, a lot of companies have not adopted this technology as much as they could. And did you all know this, by the way, that AI can be installed in your computer and used without
yeah,
connecting to the internet? I am just opening up the chat. Did you all know this? Yes, no on the chat for me to get a quick sense
I
that
can
you
see
could
noise.
download AI models into your computer, use them without the internet. I think few people are saying yes, but most of you have no
Yeah,
clue about it. So we will talk about it tomorrow, right? We are actually going to show you how we use AI models locally
right,
inside of Outskill and Growth School, and how you could also do that. AI
right.
limitations and ethics. What are the current limitations of AI? Risks like hallucination or misinformation, and ethical considerations, especially related to AI generated content and social media. I mean, media. Love this
Media.
question. Yeah.
Right. I mean, on the tech side of a thing, right? Like when we talk about the unstructured data, which is text, hallucinations have been dropped to a greater extent, right? A lot of hallucination has been dropped now comparing to when the chat GPT came in, right? Then there was a lot of hallucination and misinformation, but right now model understand and give you the factual information. And now it has been connected to internet. So let's say model doesn't know about anything, it will go to internet and get the information. So on the hallucination side, it is very on the low side on the text side of it. But when it comes to images, the hallucinations or you can say biasness are there in the model, right? So, I mean, that's how it will keep on improving slowly. But right now they have, right? Like AI cannot draw person image writing with the left hand. That's what Modi ji, our Prime Minister, discovered, right? And there are a lot of biases like that in AI as of now also. So it will come to, I mean, it will get lower on the greater extent going forward, but yes, we have to deal with it. Plus, there is two kind of models. Like I think I showed you example also where ChatGPT is the protected one, right? They have a lot of guardrails. You cannot create a content which is explicit. You cannot ask something which is banned, right? Let's say you cannot ask, can you tell me how to make a nuclear bomb? The answer, it will not give you any answer. But whereas Grok is positioning that it is unfiltered. You come, it's kind of an unfiltered content. You can ask anything because there are no AI laws as of now, right? Strict AI laws. Every company is doing anything, but soon there will be a lot of GDPR laws, right? GDPR is this data privacy laws, which is European Union, right? Which is coming from the European Union. So right now there are very strong data privacy rules, right, from this GDPR, but AI rules have not been introduced. It is slowly drafting in a draft position. But when it is comes, you will see a lot of platforms, privacy policies will get changed and it will become more ethical and responsible towards generating AI content.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, generative AI and multimedia creation. How does generative AI create images? I think this entire question will be answered when you attend the longer session on image and video that we will be doing, wherein you will know what are the different tools that you could use. How do you do storytelling using AI? There's an entire process to that itself, right? How do you start from an idea, convert that into an entire story, convert that story that is given by AI to images, and translate those images into videos, and all of that is a workflow that we will be teaching all of you. Advanced concepts and custom AI development. How can one build custom AI models, fine tune pre trained models, create AI agents, or develop domain specific LLMs? And what programming languages and frameworks are recommended for this?
I think that's a great question. First time I got a right term, fine tune, right? Sometime I get how can I train my model? So
Yeah.
I always tell people that you cannot train the large language model. The reason is you do not have a lot of GPU powers plus the data, right? And that's where you can see, right? There is no specific LLM coming out of the Indian context, right? There are all Silicon Valley big tech companies which have the LLM offerings, but right now, I mean, Reliance is working, ServerMai is working. Some companies have started building, but till today, 23 May, we do not have any Indian specific LLM, right? And the reason is that, and the person is asking about fine tuning. The answer is yes, you can fine tune on your own data, and the language to that is only Python. right? So you can use Python for fine tuning it. You have to give the prompts. That is one thing, right? So you need to learn prompting. Second, the structure of the data, how you are processing the data and pass it to the model so that it can learn the patterns in your new data, which is specific to your company. And you can easily do that for free also. I mean, just go and search how to fine tune data. You just need a minimal hardware, I would say 8 GB or 16 GB of GPU. But if you're using Google Colab, you can still use for free. And there is a very popular library called Unsloth, which is used for fine tuning. So you can just explore Unsloth, fine tuning any open source model on your data, and you can able to follow that guide. I have done that. So yeah, I can tell you. Unsloth is a library.
Wonderful, wonderful. Folks, all of the tools and platforms that we have spoken about in this entire session, people who complete the AI Mastermind, you will be getting access to a sheet that has all of this put together, right? But with that, we kind of conclude the questions that have come in. I'm sure a lot of you will have many more questions that you may want to ask Divij, or you may want to go ahead and share how you are using everything that you learned from him today going forward in your life, right? So go ahead, connect with Divij. I've shared his LinkedIn profile and his YouTube channel as well on the chat. You can all feel free to go ahead and connect with him. But Divij, before you kind of drop off, would love to know if you have any closing suggestions or thoughts for the audience today.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of excitement people from where they have started, and I always tell everyone that embrace the AI, right? Like we do not have to be on the scared side of it, right? And this is something which will not gonna stop. So that is one thing you keep in your mind. Like if you have still this question that sometime or some government agencies will stop this AI, the answer is no, it cannot be stopped now. It has picked up the pace and it will ever booming only. And the only thing we can do is we can learn how to use it, right? So if you know how to learn, if you can learn how to use it, become more productive, the thing or the shift that you will see in your life is the time it was taking for you earlier for any task was X. Now you're doing it in X minus Y, right? So that is how AI is positioned. So don't think about that AI will take or do all your job. It will make you more productive. So have that open and growth mindset so that you can learn and you can build your skills on top of it, right? So with that, I think I wish everyone all the best and kudos who's just stayed till the end and willing to put their 2 days to just upskilling. So you have at least taken that first step, right? So kudos to all of
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Divij. It
you.
was a pleasure having you here, like always. Thank you so much. I'll take it forward from here.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. All right, folks, that was an amazing banger of a session. I was just looking at the responses that came in on the poll, and I'm super pumped that all of you have gotten started on this journey of learning AI. If you think about the last 3 hours that we have already spent together, right? We started by understanding what generative AI is. We then understood how to use generative AI in the right way by giving the right prompts. And of course, today, because it was the beginner session, we just looked at a magic prompt formula and we did not go through all the other prompting techniques that exist. And then we also saw that there are multiple types of large language models that exist, models that can do research for us, models that can do deep thinking for us, and there are image and video models as well that exist. And then we saw the capability of a lot of generative AI tools. Do you truly believe that you are slightly better, if not a lot better, than what you were when you joined this session? I believe on the chat. I believe on the chat. I do not want you to say yes. I want you to say, I believe. If you truly believe that you are already better than what you were when you joined this mastermind just 3 hours back. We have just gotten started and we have a lot more that we will be diving into tomorrow and day after. But having said that, before we come back tomorrow, right, there is a fundamental shift in mindset that you all need to incorporate. And I would like to talk about that mindset because when we use generative AI today, we saw a lot of generative AI tools. But what did I tell you at the beginning of today's session? I told all of you that it is this whole mastermind, or what you truly need to become, is not somebody who knows all of the 30,000 generative AI tools that exist and how to use them. I told you that all of us should become AI generalists, and that starts with the mindset itself. While AI generalists use generative AI tools, the way they use generative AI tools is very different than, compared to anybody else who knows how to just use generative AI tools. And it's very important for all of you to understand how an AI generalist uses generative AI tools to replace a lot of human beings or work that human beings essentially do. Do you all want to learn how AI generalists use these AI tools and what are the kind of AI workflows that AI generalists essentially use and the thinking process of an AI generalist? Do you all want to learn this over the next 15 to 20 minutes? Yes, on the chat. If you want to learn how an AI generalist uses AI tools, it's not like anybody else, right? And I'll tell you what I truly mean by this. And I'll also tell you why I'm wanting to cover this right now. Because tomorrow, when you attend the intermediate and advanced sessions, you will not see us using multiple tools to solve problems. You will see us using tools, but you will see us using tools in a connected way. Today, we showed you different tools for different purposes. The way we use the tools was not in a connected format today. But here is what I'm talking about, right? I'll take a very random example, for the sake of me being able to show you all how a true AI generalist would use generative AI to solve problems, right? Now, let me share my screen and get started with it. And I'm going to take about 15 minutes of your time to show you what I'm really talking about, right? And this is going to prepare you for the sessions that you will attend tomorrow. Now, let us say for this use case, let me just go to Outskill's website and let me slightly zoom in over here so that you are able to see. Now, we are all in the Generative AI Mastermind, and we have the Generative AI Mastermind listed on our website as well. This is what the website page of the same that are landing on this landing. Okay, make it more attractive. I will add more discounts, change copy, right? All right. All right. Use testimonials. All right. Wonderful. Now, the problem is I am not good with writing content. I am not good with writing copy. Neither am I good with design. I do not know how to use tools like Figma. I do not know how to use tools that will help me go ahead and change the colors on this landing page. So what do I do? Well, I use multiple different AI tools to be able to do this. Now, how do I do this, right? Let me quickly introduce you to a crazy AI tool that exists called bolt.new. Bolt.new, what this amazing, incredible tool does is it does the job of a designer and the job of a developer. And that is why we call Bolt.new an agentic tool. It has the ability to do something or perform a task that today human beings are performing, which is designing and developing websites, landing pages, mobile applications, and all of that. Now, all of you, many of you on the chat said, I'm going to change the colors of this landing page. And by changing the colors of this landing page, my conversion rate is going to improve. Well, let me go ahead and give that a shot. Let us see if we can improve the way this landing page looks, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to copy this entire URL of the page. I come to Bolt, I give this, and then I say, redo this landing page for me. And I'm going to hit enter. When I hit enter, this is what ends up happening, right? Right now it's loading and then Bolt goes into a thinking state. I told you when we got started that agentic tools or AI agents can think. So this thought for 6 seconds. And what did it think? It said, based on your requirements, I'll create a professionally designed landing page for the 2-day AI Mastermind event with Apple level aesthetics. Wow, I like that. I did not mention that I want an Apple level aesthetics. The redesign will focus on creating an elegant, engaging, and conversion-focused experience that properly represents the premium nature of this mastermind event. And then it has given a bunch of things that it will go ahead and do. And on the right side, I can see it writing bunch of code. It is going ahead and it is redesigning this entire landing page for me. How cool is this? Drop in the word cool on the chat if you think what you are seeing on the screen right now is cool, an agentic tool at play, doing the role of a designer and a developer. But this is what any random AI user would end up doing. This is not the right way of using AI. I'll tell you why. All of you said that we have to change the design of this landing page, and that design change is already happening as we speak. But we also realized that we need to add a lot of discounts to this. We need to change the copy of this entire landing page. Now, I am not a copywriter. I do not know how to write copy. What can I do? Well, I can use ChatGPT to first go ahead, help me with the copy of this entire landing page. I will change the copy. I'll redo the entire copy, and the new landing page copy that I have, I'll then give that to Bolt and I will ask Bolt to create a landing page out of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which is, instead of just going ahead and finding the direct solution, today we all as generalists, as AI generalists, have the ability to go deeper into problems and solve problems deeply by using AI. Now, what did I say I would do? I said I would take ChatGPT's help to change the copy of the landing page, and then the new copy, I'll go ahead and use my agentic tool Bolt to build a new version of the landing page entirely. Did you all understand and would like to see this in play over the next 10 minutes? Did you all understand what I'm doing or what I'm telling you? The mindset shift. Lot of new users of generative AI will just go ahead and probably put in a prompt saying redo this entire landing page. But today you have the capability of doing much more. Now, people who did not understand, right? Let me go ahead and do a complete demo of what I'm talking about, and you yourself will see the kind of output that we are all able to get in the next 10 minutes. Dipanshu, the problem statement is that this landing page currently converts at 6%. What does convert at 6% mean? Out of every 100 people that are seeing this particular web page right now, only 6 people are going ahead and enrolling into the AI Mastermind. I want to increase that conversion rate from 6% to 15%. So what am I going to do? Or this is what any AI generalist would essentially do, right? My first step is I'm going to go ahead and take a full screenshot of this entire page that I have over here. I'm using an extension for this called Go Full Page. What it helps me with is it will take the whole landing page screenshot for me. And there you go. I have the complete screenshot of the entire landing page with me. I'm going to download this entire image, this entire screenshot as a PDF right now. There you go. I have the PDF file. I'm going to come to Bolt. Sorry, I'm going to come to ChatGPT because I told you that I don't want to just redesign the entire landing page. Because I have the ability to also change the content on the page, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now for that, because I am not a copywriter myself, I'm going to leverage the power of ChatGPT and the power of AI. But how? Inside of ChatGPT, I see multiple models. I'm not going to use the Foro model for this task, even though you can. You can go ahead and use any of the models, but I'm going to use something called as an O3 model, which is the reasoning model on ChatGPT. The reason why I'm using the O3 model here is because reasoning models are very good at complex problem solving. I want ChatGPT to help me redo the entire content of the page, right? And that is a quite complicated task. Any copywriter, any content writer today who gets paid about 10 to 15 lakhs per annum takes about 1 week to redo the copy of a page like this. What am I going to do right now? I come to ChatGPT. I selected the O3 model here. I'm going to go ahead, give this entire PDF to the O3 model on ChatGPT, and I'm going to give it my prompt, right? Now, here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to speak the prompt out, and I'm going to have a tool that I have installed to kind of convert this prompt into text. See what I do, right? Hey, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. I can just speak my prompt out. Hey, you are an experienced conversion rate optimization expert. You have over 20 years of work experience as a CRO. I want you to, okay, I don't know what happened. Let me redo it once again. I'm very lazy when it comes to typing, and hence I just speak out my prompts. But this is what I'm going to say to ChatGPT, right? Hey, you are an experienced CRO expert. You are somebody who has more than 20 years of experience as a conversion rate optimization expert. I want you to go through the entire landing page that I have given you with a critiquing lens. Analyze every section of the current landing page that I have attached, critique it, and give me recommendations on how I can improve this landing page. Currently, this landing page converts at 6%. I want to be able to take the conversion rate of this landing page to 15%. And I want you, as a CRO expert, while you critique it, I also want you to be able to give me suggestions on what are the copy level changes that I can make, and also what are the visual changes that I can make on the landing page to be able to improve this conversion rate from 6% to 15%. As an output, I want you to give me a new landing page copy that I could go ahead and use, which incorporates all of the suggestions that you would be giving me. Please go ahead and do this. Now, this is the long prompt that I have spoken out. I hope all of you heard what I said. I basically gave it the same context that all of us discussed before, and I'm going to hit enter. And it's going ahead and reading the documents. And it says, I have thoroughly reviewed your entire landing page PDF for the 2-day AI Mastermind program. Here is a detailed critique with recommendations focused on boosting your conversion rate from 6 to 15%, covering copy, design, and UX improvements, followed by a suggested new landing page copy that you can directly implement. Let us go ahead and see what are the recommendations that it has given. It has given us full landing page critique recommendations. Oh my God. Okay, it has given us for the hero section these many pointers. I'm not even going to read all of them right now. Social proof, AI career impact section, which is news highlights. Okay, testimonials, who should take this challenge, curriculum and tools, expert-led learning section, okay, bonuses section, pricing and CTA placement, FAQ, summary of key visual copy changes, and has gone ahead and created a table for me, and it has gone ahead and given us a new landing page copy by incorporating everything that it has gone ahead and suggested to us. Now, in my prompt, if you look at it very clearly, I said, you are an experienced conversion rate optimization expert. People who do not know what a conversion rate optimization expert does is their full-time job is to look at applications, is to look at landing pages and websites, and be able to suggest what are changes that could be done to be able to increase the conversion rate of the particular application or of the website or of the landing page. Conversion rate optimization experts usually get about 20 to 25 lakhs per annum. And what we just did was we used ChatGPT to kind of do the same job of a conversion rate optimization expert and go ahead and redo this entire copy for us. And it has done it already in a matter of 2 minutes. Are you all clear with where we have gotten to until now? Drop in the word clear on the chat if you are clear with what I have done so far. Clear on the chat if you're clear with what I have done so far. If AI is as simple, yes, Harshita, I will take your question towards the end. That's a very good question that you have put in. Wonderful. I love the fact that all of you are following. You do get notes, Madhava, but you have to stay till the end of tomorrow to know where the notes are coming from. But I also hope you are taking down notes as we speak. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to again open my favorite agent or design and developing agent, Bolt. And what I'm going to do this time is I am going to copy this new landing page copy that we have right here, copy this entire thing. I'm going to come to Bolt. I'm going to paste all of this to Bolt, and I'm going to give Bolt also some context about what we are trying to do, right? So here is what I will tell my Bolt agent. Hey, you are a highly experienced visual designer. You have more than 20 years of experience as a visual designer, working with companies like Netflix and Apple and Cred. I want you to use this particular copy that I have attached below and build out a landing page for me that has very high conversion rates. This landing page for the AI Mastermind has to look extremely premium. And while it looks extremely premium, I also want you to use the colors black and neon green so that the whole page stands out. I want you to use gradients, different styles on the landing page to make it look as premium as possible so that a lot of people who come to the landing page end up going ahead and registering for the AI Mastermind. This is the context that I have given my agentic tool, bolt.new, wherein I have gone ahead and given it a role. I've said that you have more than 20 years of experience working with companies like Netflix, Apple, and Cred, because I absolutely love the design work that these companies do. And I went ahead and told it that, hey, this is the entire copy that I'm giving you. Please go ahead and create a landing page for me. And as AI generalists, we always have to go ahead and use AI to the fullest potential. What do I really mean by that? Well, if you were to really get this task done by a human being, a human designer, this task would take you 7 days minimum for you to get one version of the landing page that you're looking for. But today with AI, the limits are boundless. There is no boundary to the number of styles that you can essentially generate all at the same time. What do I truly mean by that? I'm going to open Bolt once again on a new tab, and I'm going to go ahead and paste the exact same prompt once again over here. And I'm going to open Bolt once again, and I'm going to do that once again over here. Now you might be like, Funny is going crazy. Why is he opening so many bold tabs and why is he pasting the same thing again and again and again? Well, because this is not going to give me one output in the next 2 minutes. It is going to give me 3 different versions of the landing page. That is the power of AI. I currently on my tab, if you see, I have 4 different designers and developers working for me right now at the same time. These are 3 different tabs that are working for me. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to open this new tool called lovable.dev. Lovable.dev is also very, very powerful when it comes to building websites and landing pages. I'm going to give Lovable also the exact same copy and the prompt, and we will see what Lovable also goes ahead and develops for us. Now, I wanted to introduce all of you to this platform, Lovable, as well, and that is why I'm just showing you a preview of it. But let us go ahead and check the very first version of the landing page that we have created. But before that, let me ask all of you, are you all clear again about everything that I've done? Why did I go ahead and create 4 different tabs of Bolt and everything around it? Drop in a yes on the chat if you're clear and if you're following what I'm saying. I hope that mindset shift is happening. And I hope you're not just like, hey, whatever Funny is doing is very cool. Let me just copy whatever Funny is doing. I am not teaching you one, process here. I'm trying to teach you a mindset. All right, I'll show the responses. Right? Bolt and Lovable have both free and paid tiers. Krish, out of all the questions that you could ask, you just asked me while I'm teaching you whether you will get a certificate. My friend, your certificate is not going to be as helpful as what I'm teaching you right now. Very, very unrelevant question coming in when somebody is teaching you. I'm sorry, but I don't encourage such questions, especially when you are being taught. What will you do with a certificate when you do not even know what to do with that certificate? You are learning right now. Let's focus on learning, right? All right. So now I have multiple tabs of Bolt open here, and all of them are going ahead and generating this. But the very first generation that we did, if you remember, has come out like this, right? Let me go ahead, show you a full page window of this. Okay. Where did that go? Okay. Yes, this is the very first landing page that we have created with a single line prompt without us changing anything in terms of the copy and all of that. And this is how it turned out, right? Two-day AI Mastermind, accelerate your AI strategy. It has given two different CTA buttons over here. And as I scroll down, it has this nice little animation that is coming in. Okay. It has 6 different boxes. Nice. Okay, I do not see anything here under day one. That is probably a bug, but it has tried to give me two buttons for me to switch between day one and day two, but nothing is really happening over here, which is very weird. But as I go down, I have the mentor section over here, and I have testimonials, and I have the pricing section, and I have these FAQs coming in one by one. Folks, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much would you rate this landing page? On a scale of 0 to 10, how much would you rate this landing page? I see some people saying 5, 4, 8, 9. Okay. All right. But even here, yeah, it has got the day thing wrong. So what I can do is I can go ahead and say, hey, you have not given me the curriculum. I cannot see anything under day one and day two, right? Can you go ahead and fix that? And it'll go ahead and redo the entire code for me in a matter of 2 minutes, right? But let us go ahead and now see what our other Bolt tabs have done for us after we have changed the copy. I would want to go ahead and see the first one over here. There you go. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Okay, let me open this in full window for all of you. Wow, I love the black and neon color that is popping in from the landing page. AI Mastermind, master AI tools and build real world AI apps in just 2 days. Limited time offer, spots remaining, and it is nicely added one timing bar as well saying limited offer ends. It creates urgency and FOMO. And it has given me nice little video placeholder here. And there you go. Here are the testimonials. Wonderful. I really like this design. Who should join? All right. I have these poppy designs as well coming over here. What will you learn in 16 hours? Day one, you have all of the things here. And when I click on day two, that is when this pop-up is coming up. Wonderful. Tools that you will master and everything around it. And there you go. You again have a nice little gradient that really makes sure that this section of the page is standing out for us and it has the frequently asked questions. This is brilliant. Let me go ahead and see what other versions of this we have with us. This is version number 2. I think slightly low on the gradient, but it has still gotten the whole FOMO part of it right. And as you scroll down, you can still see who should join. You can see what you will learn in 2 days. And here it has given a different style to this. It has placed them side by side, and it is answering the questions that all of you are asking about the certificate, right? It outrightly is saying certification included. I think Bolt was listening to me scolding somebody on the call. So it decided, hey, let people not ask this question anymore. I'll include it directly on the landing page. Wonderful, wonderful. Folks, let's look at the third one as well. In fact, right? Let's see what it has done with the third one. Now, all three of them had the same prompt, and hence you will see that all of them are coming out to be in black and neon colors, because we told it that we want black and neon colors, right? But it has made slight changes in each of the each of the runs that it has taken to be able to give this to us, right? Like, as you can see here in the content section, it has nicely created a table mentioning all the tools that would be covered, and what is the schedule very clearly, what you will get. Wonderful. I love this. And it has added exclusive bonuses worth 33,000, which is all these bonus courses that were listed on the landing page. Very, very nice. And this Lovable also came up with its design, which is looking like this, right? Folks, on a scale of 0 to 10, all of you have given the previous one a low rating. How much would you give a rating to something like this that you're seeing? Isn't it just amazing what we have been able to pull off together on this call in a matter of minutes? And what I just showed you, let me quickly close all of these tabs that are in front of us, right? As all of you are putting it in. Beautiful landing page, right? Beautiful landing page. People who are entrepreneurs want to go ahead and, thank you. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, enough on the chat, right? I hope all of you also got the point that today, with using very powerful workflows like the one that you have essentially seen, you can go ahead and build things for yourself without having to depend on anybody else. Something that would have taken 7 days of work for a designer and 7 more days of work for the developer to go ahead and make this entire page live. All of it, AI was able to do in a matter of 10 minutes. And what I truly wanted all of you to learn from this was not just that tools are there, I can go ahead and use the tools that exist. What I truly wanted all of you to learn, was the mindset of an AI generalist. When you know, as an AI generalist, what are the different tools and possibilities that exist, you should be able to go extremely deep into the problems that you're trying to solve, and solve the problems at a deep level, not at the surface level, because that is something that everyone would be doing. We just didn't go ahead and redesign the landing page. We went ahead and used ChatGPT to create the copy of the landing page once again for us, and then we went ahead and redesigned the entire landing page, right? Did you all get it? I want all of you to put in the word AIG on the chat if you have understood the mindset that I wanted all of you to take away from me. AIG on the chat. This is your starting point of becoming an AI generalist, my friends. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Can I try this on Gemini by pasting the screenshot on and giving the required prompt? Tejas, please go ahead and try, right? You will be able to get similar outputs from Gemini as well. And I really like the fact that you asked me, can I go ahead and try it? I like that hunger to go ahead and try. And all of you should try this out. Now, before I onboard all of you into the community, there is something very, very important that I want to cover for everybody, right? Now, if you think about it, we already learned a lot over the last 4 hours. right? And we are going to be spending the whole of tomorrow, starting from 10 a.m. IST, all the way till 7 p.m. IST. And then on Sunday as well, we are going to be spending a lot of hours together to learn more about AI and move towards becoming an AI generalist. What we are trying to do in these 2 days of the mastermind is to set you up on a journey to become an AI journalist by helping you get exposed to what you can really do with AI. However, one thing that I would like to make very clear to everybody, and this is why I said that continuous learning is important. It is not a one-time learning when it comes to AI, right? To become a rockstar AI journalist, you have to go very, very deep into many of the things that we are trying to show you in this mastermind. In this mastermind, it will not be possible for us to go extremely deep into all of the things just because we do not have enough time. While you might say, funny, I have given you 2 days of my time. Well, in 2 days, we will put our best efforts forward to show you what is possible with AI. But can we go deep into everything and teach you? For example, I showed you that AI can build a landing page today. I was not able to show you how can you take that landing page live. How can you go ahead and publish it? How can you go ahead and connect it to your own custom domain? How can you go ahead and collect payments on the landing page? How can you do all of that? I could not teach you because of not having time. However, all of us are here to become winners. And that is why what I also have that I would want to give all of you today, if you promise to me that you will have the attitude of continuous learning, I will go ahead and give you a roadmap that will help you learn beyond of this mastermind as well. There is a 7-step procedure or a 7-step framework that we had essentially put out. And this whole mastermind also has been built based on the 7-step framework itself. Do you all want to have the roadmap with you to become a rockstar AI journalist? And you can go ahead, learn more about it, use different resources that are available on the internet to go extremely deep into the roadmap and all of that on your own. But do you want me to go ahead and give that out to you right now? 7 steps. What are the 7 steps? If you want to know, drop in yes on the chat. Yeah, but it's pointless if I just give it and you consume all of it and keep it aside. So drop in the word promise on the chat if you are promising to me that you will use the roadmap that I'm sharing today to continue to learn. If all the 5,000 people that we have in the session go ahead and drop in that promise, then I will go ahead and I will share these resources with all of you, right? Wonderful. What I want all of you to do is to have your notebook right now. I will go through every step of the roadmap one after the other in the next 10 minutes. And as I do that, I want you to take down notes actively. Wonderful. 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 This and all are taught by Vaibhav in one of the podcasts. Yes, in the podcast also, we speak about the same roadmap. And we are trying to give this roadmap to all of the people who have to go ahead and learn and adapt AI, right? So step one of this roadmap is going extremely deep into prompting techniques. Today, we saw that prompting or prompting well can define the way we get outputs from AI models, right? We saw the magic prompt formula today, but there are hundreds of prompting techniques that you need to learn. You need to learn advanced prompting techniques like markdown prompting that we will be using tomorrow and day after tomorrow. You need to know how to write system prompts as well, because system prompts are used for building AI agents. And all of us, of course, would want to build our own AI agents because they are like personal assistants, right? So you need to go very deep into prompt engineering. You need to be able to build something called as RAG-based systems and tools. You saw Notebook LM today, how Notebook LM was able to kind of take a document, a resume, convert that into PDF, right? Notebook LM is a classic example of a RAG based model. Very, very new term for many of you, I'm sure. But let me explain this very quickly because this is going to be helpful for all of you, right? And you will not get to learn these things anywhere else if nobody kind of tells you about it. So I hope that you're taking notes as I speak. Otherwise, I feel like I'm speaking to the audience that is probably just listening to me like I'm reciting a lullaby. But what are RAG-based systems and why should you learn them? I'll give you one problem, right? Now, let us say you're using ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can pretty much do a lot of things for us. It's a general purpose tool. It can do a lot of things for us. But let us say you have an 8,000 page document. Now you will be like, whoa, 8,000 page document. When will I ever use an 8,000 page document? Well, when you want to use AI models inside your companies, you have to train the AI models with a lot of your company data, right? You have to give them context of your company data. For that, you have to create something called as knowledge banks. And these knowledge banks usually can go all the way up to 8,000, 10,000 pages as well. And when you have that kind of a document and you try to upload that into a tool like ChatGPT, it will be like, oops, this page is too long for me to even read. I can't read it. And then you will be like, oh my God, in that case, maybe I can't use AI in this situation. You are wrong, my friend, because that is where the framework of RAGs come in, right? What RAG as a framework essentially does is it helps AI tools to break down large amounts of data into small chunks. Let us say you have a lot of food on your plate. How do you eat that food? You don't take all that food at once and put it in your mouth, right? You take small parts of it and you break that entire food into small chunks and then you eat smaller parts. That is what a RAG framework helps AI models do. Now, AI models don't natively come with RAG frameworks installed in them. You have to be able to build your own RAG tools like Notebook LM, AI Studio that you saw, and all of that, right? That is the ability that you need to start with. You need to build for yourself in step one. Did you all note down step one? Done on the chat if you have noted down step one and understood what step one is all about. Prompting, RAG frameworks, RAG frameworks, right? This is step one. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I like how this is going. Step two, you have learned prompting. You now need to take it one level above and be able to write system prompts. I was telling you sometime back, right? System prompts are these constrained form of prompts that you can write through which you can build AI agents. And in step two itself, you should actually start building a basic voice AI agent. What is a voice AI agent? An AI agent that is capable of making calls on your behalf and interacting with people. Let us say you have a customer support team at your company, or you have a sales function at your company where there is a lot of one-to-one calling involved. Now, if you want to scale the operations of this particular team, you have to increase the manpower, right? You have to make a team of 20 to probably 40 and then to 50 and 60, then probably 100. And if that increases, it is directly increasing the revenue that you're making for your business, but not anymore. Today, you can build voice AI agents which can speak like you, which can talk like you, which can empathize like you, which can answer much better than any human being because they are all trained, right? That is what you need to learn in step two. Writing system prompts and using the system prompts to be able to build AI agents that would be truly useful for you. Now, step three is where you learn about diffusion models. You learn about image and video. Today we saw ChatGPT 4.0 and we saw Grok producing images for us. But the world does not start or even end there, right? There are AI clones that you can make of yourself today. You can make your own AI avatar, a virtual looking funny or a virtual looking yourself, right? And you can use that to create a ton of content. That is what you can do with diffusion models, which are image and video models. And that is the skill that you need to learn. Not to make your own avatars, probably, but this is a consulting opportunity that a lot of people are seeking as of today. Now that is step 3. This roadmap is not for you to solve your own problems, but to become an AI generalist completely. And an AI generalist has skills across domains, right? That is the reason why you need to go very deep into diffusion models as well, which is image and video models as well. Step 4 is using the same image and video models that you're learning. How do you go ahead and create movies? How do you go ahead and create branding material? How do you go ahead and create ads? How do you create marketing material? And all of that is what step 4 is all about. That is what you need to learn. At Outskill, we have created a ton of ads using AI, and they are just incredible. I would like to go ahead and show you a few AI ads probably. Do you all want to see that today, or do you want to see that tomorrow? Today, tomorrow on the chat, AI ads that we have kind of created for you to get a glimpse. Okay, a lot of people are asking for it. So let me quickly show you one ad to kind of open your mind to the possibilities, right? Let me open that up. Open the like what can you really do with AI today? I'm just opening it. All right. This will actually blow your mind right now. But this entire sheet that you see over here, right? I'll show you what I'm talking about. This entire sheet, this is our internal tracker. I'm going ahead and opening this in front of all of you, right? All of these ads that are listed down over here are all created by AI, and all these scripts are also created by AI completely. Let me go ahead and show you one ad. Okay, I'll show you this one. Now, this is what it truly means to be able to think AI and solve problems in a very creative way, right? Marketers would understand that if your ads are not striking, if your ads are not hitting the nail on the head, your cost per acquisition, cost per lead will just shoot up. So how can you come up with creative concepts? And today, the beauty that I want to tell all of you friends is, the beauty is any idea that you have, it takes minutes to bring that idea to life today. That is the power of AI. See this particular ad that we have done.
Guess what's different with this cow? Ever dreamed of having your own cash cow? Well, AI can be just that, only if you know how to use it. This 3-hour AI workshop is your...
You see, we came up with the concept of a cash cow, and we could not have even shot this, with a camera. We could not have created this without AI at all. Now, because of AI, we have been able to go ahead and create something like this. And this has performed incredibly well in all of our campaigns, right? Because when people see something like this, they are like, oh my God, what is a cash cow? Or wait, why does a cow have dollars on it? Right? That is exactly what happened. I'll show you this one as well. In fact, you will be meeting Vaibhav, who is whose animated version or the AI avatar of Vaibhav was used in this particular video. You will be meeting him tomorrow, and you will see how familiar or how similar he kind of looks in his AI clone.
Meet the Jack Sparrow of today's world, the ultimate jack of all trades. Need to analyze a complex dataset in minutes? Jack's got you. Want a viral social media strategy? Jack can create one in minutes. Got a presentation due tomorrow? Let Jack handle it for you. Need that ad translated to Spanish?
Seguro, ¿por qué no?
Still think being a jack of all trades is a bad thing? Think again.
Did you all like this? A yes on the chat if you liked what I just showed you and what you could really do with AI, right? Get as creative as possible and solve business level problems using all of this. This is essentially step 4, my friends, what you could do with, image and video models. Wonderful. It's great that all of you have gotten, a taste of it. Okay, somebody is like, it's too lengthy. Deepesh, we will wrap up in the next half an hour, 40 minutes. I know we are slightly going overboard, but I want to give you all of this value before we kind of wrap up for the day and come back tomorrow, right? But Step 4 is that. Now, what after step 4? After step 4 is when you have the ability to create AI agents now, which can autonomously perform tasks for you. Tomorrow, we are going to be showing you a few AI agents that we have built. In fact, let me blow your mind by revealing this to all of you, right? Along with all the 3,500, 4,000 people that are there right now attending this session, there is also an AI agent attending this session. I didn't want to reveal it, but there is an AI agent that is attending this session to be able to answer all your questions from this mastermind after this entire mastermind is over, right? Because all of you would be like, I have a lot of questions. These guys are not answering questions. And we are like, we can't answer thousands of questions. So what can we do? We are making an AI agent attend this entire mastermind along with you. And that AI agent will be given to all of you so that you could go ahead and ask as many questions as you may want to do it. And that way, all of your questions will be answered, right? So we will talk about how you will get access to this AI agent, what is it really doing right now, and all of that tomorrow in the session. Because it's slightly advanced, we have to cover a few things. But step 5 is all of us should know how to build AI agents for solving real problems. And then step 6 is you need to be able to build real world AI products without writing code. What generative AI has truly done is it has democratized the land for technical people and non-technical people, right? Lot of the non-technical people until today were not able to build software or build products. Today, everybody has the ability to build products and software and make money off it. That is what you need to be able to do. And step 7 is you need to learn how to build complex automations again without writing code and agentic workflows for process optimization, right? We are going to be seeing this tomorrow. If you actually look at it, today we tried to cover step 1 to step 4, and tomorrow we are covering step 5 to step 7, right? Step 5, step 6, step 7 is what we will be getting into tomorrow. This is what this whole mastermind is based on. And of course, we are only able to go on the beginner levels of it because of the amount of time that we have with all of you through this mastermind, right? But take a screenshot of this, and you have already made a promise to me that you will all go very, very deep into each of these things on your own. Now, it's not about the amount of time that it could take for you to learn all of this, right? Because if you put together all of this, it could take you at least 3 years from now to be able to pick up all these skill sets. It's not easy, but you should do it. This is the future, and you should do it, and you have to be serious about continuous learning. Now, as an AI generalist, there are a few more things apart from these 7 steps that I spoke about. There are a few more things that you need to learn. And I'll quickly go ahead and talk about that. And then we will onboard you into the community and then take rest for the day, right? As an AI generalist, you need to have a very deep understanding of AI tools. What do I mean by that? You might be like, funny, I know how to use ChatGPT. I know how to use Claude. Divij today showed me so many tools, funny. I already know it. My friend, these tools have a lot of depth in them. For example, how many of you would know something like Canvas exists inside of ChatGPT? How many of you would have been using ChatGPT since the last 2.5, 3 years? How many of you knew that something like projects has come out in ChatGPT? How many of you know how to play with the context window of ChatGPT, the memory size of ChatGPT? When you go into the settings, you will be able to tweak all of these parameters. With every input that you do, you will also be able to tweak the kind of tokens that it consumes. And that varies the outputs that these tools can give you. So you have to go very deep into understanding the abilities of all these AI tools. What you see on the surface level is not it. There is a lot that is there behind the screen as well, and you need to go very, very deep. And you need to have a strong hold on AI workflows as well. Now, like I said, these tools and AI workflows are extremely powerful and you need to go very deep into each of them. Now, of course, you will be like, what are all the AI tools and workflows that I should learn? Well, take a screenshot. I have given that also to you. You have to go deep into tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Notebook LM, Perplexity, Gemini, Notion, Google AI Studio, Make, which we are going to be seeing tomorrow, Manus, Hugging Face, Zapier, Copilot, GenSpark, and a bunch of other AI tools. And you need to learn workflows like data analysis, job applications, using AI for research, using AI for marketing, AI for design, AI for content writing, and a lot of other daily workflows that you have. You should be able to convert them into AI workflows and start leveraging them to become a better person. And AI also is very rapidly evolving. What we are learning today could change tomorrow. What we learn tomorrow could change day after tomorrow. So you have to always be on top of everything that is happening. But there is one recommendation that I always give to everybody who comes into this mastermind, that as we prepare ourselves to become true generalists, only the knowledge of AI is not enough. I know I'm the same one who has been talking a lot about AI, and I have been telling you that there are a lot of things that inside of AI that you need to learn. But is the knowledge of only AI enough for you to succeed? The answer to that again comes to no. Well, right? That is truly important. And this is the slide that I was showing you sometime back today, right? Answered this. Are there multiple that you can reach out to from our team? And they will answer questions that you might have on the go. Is the course suitable for students, beginners, or people without formal degrees? Absolutely.